Hi guys, I thought I would do this puzzle today. It is 4 p.m. right now, so I don't know how long it's going to take me, but it looks pretty simple, or pretty fast. It is a 1,000-piece puzzle, so that can take a while, but because it has all of these little books on it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 by 5, so it's kind of like 55 tiny little puzzles. So let's see how long it takes me. I thought I would do a puzzle. Puzzles are really good for like when you feel like things are falling apart. Lately, some weird thing has been happening. It's not that bad, but like it is hard, and like the plans that I had are completely falling apart. So, but when you do a puzzle, things get put back together. So let's see how long it takes me. I turned all of the pieces over to be able to see all the colors, and I separated out the edge pieces. So I'm going to work on the edge first and then see how it goes. Alright, this is how far I am. It's about 40 minutes in. I did the edge except for there's one piece missing. I'm sure it's here somewhere. I hope I didn't drop it on the floor. And it's going really fast, I think. The little parts, like the little books, some of the books, like these two books are really easy to kind of differentiate out of the whole pile, and then I even started making some little piles, because after doing the edges, I kind of already got to know what the books, like the typeset, the color, like the exact color, and like even the pictures, because it comes with that poster to look at also. That was really helpful. And then I swear it wasn't raining when I started, because, you know, doing puzzles is a classic rainy day activity, but it is downpouring now. Can you tell? I know sometimes on the camera it's really hard to tell that it's raining, but yeah, it's definitely raining. That you should be able to see that. Alright, it's 5:30. It's coming along really well. Like I said, I really could like identify some certain like typesetting and font lettering, and also the colors, like this distinct red and blue, and like this like orange and yellow stripes and stuff. Like that was really fun to just like pick out of the colors and then put it in place. And then just once I got to a good stopping point, then I just started putting together the books. I think I'm going to take a break now because I need to eat, putting pieces in, of course, because when you like doing puzzles, you often cannot stop. That's one of the nice things about doing puzzles. Something to be done as you're doing it. There's always something, like the next piece. You know what you need to do next, or you know what you need to be looking for, and you know what you need to be thinking about next. And that's something that's really helpful to feel when you feel like other things are otherwise going poorly or like you feel like you don't know what you're supposed to do next in your life. Doing puzzles can make things feel like you're in control, particularly when you are doing puzzles without listening to anything else or watching anything else. Then you can really, it's almost meditative because you can let your brain just kind of think about whatever it needs to think about while you're doing it. There's definitely an idea that puzzles can be a waste of time, but I definitely don't think that. I think it's just another way to kind of let your brain relax. Not only have your brain relax in a restful way, but also have it relax in a way that it kind of starts to close loops, compartmentalize things, put things in the right places, kind of like when you're dreaming. Like all of the thoughts from the day kind of go into the right places. That's something that can happen when you're doing a puzzle. Alright, lunch was good. It's about an hour later because I also made lemonade. So here we go. So I'm nearing the end of the puzzle. The sun has gone down. It's still raining. And as I was doing this puzzle, which is of a bunch of book covers, I was appreciating the artwork and stuff on the covers, and then I realized that I don't think I've read any of these books. And you may know my channel or know me from my channel as someone who reads. And I do read. I just don't happen to read the books that are on this. And there are so many books, and I always want people to think about the different books that they could be reading, books that speak to them. Because if you find those books and you read those, that's going to be the best thing for you. That's going to be the most valuable reading that you do. It doesn't have to be to relate to anybody else in particular. If you relate to the writer, that's going to be the best thing that you can do. So even though out of all of these 55 books, I haven't read any of them, and they're probably good books. They're probably good. I still really appreciated doing this puzzle. I might have read this book, Number the Stars, when I was little, but I can't really remember. But I did kind of wonder, like, what made the puzzle maker, the puzzle designer, choose these books?
So I was thinking, like, are they all from the same brand or publisher or something? But it doesn't seem like it.
Yeah, and they're not all shaped the same. It's not just one from from different authors, because there's two from a couple of authors. So I wondered about that, and then there's something on the back of this box that I found really interesting, which says, disclaimer, Remarks Inc. is not affiliated with any proprietary depictions included in this transformative work, nor do the owners of such rights endorse Remarks products. So, to me, and can I show you? To my husband, who is an expert on design and copyright.
I wouldn't say I'm an expert, but I'm very, very well read. I need to be for my job.
And, like, I care very much about cover art of books. Like, that's one of the most important things.
So that transformative word there, like, starts ringing an alarm bell, because one of the pillars of fair use is it has to be transformative, used for commentary or criticism. And then there's considerations about, like, if it overtakes the whole market, or if you use as little as possible, if it's a replacement for the original artwork, that kind of thing. And you're supposed to use as little as possible, and it's supposed to be for, it's transformative, yeah. But being transformative isn't enough for it to be fair use. It has to also be for commentary or criticism. Or one of the other valid, parody is another valid reason for it to be fair use. And, like, it is not any of those things. It is just transformative.
Yeah, but that means, like, even if it were all of those other things, like, didn't they steal?
So that's what fair use is for, right? So, like, if I'm critiquing an essay, mm-hmm. and I use a part of the essay, like, to say, like, look how bad this writer is, that's not stealing. Because it's fair use. Okay. If I'm like, oh, this essay was good, and then I print the whole damn thing, that is not fair use, right? It doesn't hit any of the pillars. It hits critique, sure, but it's non-transformative. I published the whole thing, even if it's in a different medium. It doesn't use as little as possible to accomplish your goal. You're using the whole thing. You could say this essay sucks and not use the whole thing, and it replaces the market for the original piece, right? You're not going to be like, oh, I'm going to go buy that book that has this essay in it if I've published the entire essay. So just being transformative, and in this case, it's not transformative. It's in a different medium. You've stuck two things together. That doesn't mean it's transformative. So, like, this isn't even transformative. Just because you've made a puzzle out of something doesn't mean the person who made it doesn't still have the copyright. Yeah,
because there is an artist who designed this book. A puzzle, the front of the book is, like, they were paid by the bookmakers to design this to sell books, and sometimes they get an amount on the books that are sold, right?
I'm not sure, but yeah, that's likely.
And this person is, like, whoever designed this art for this puzzle is using that art for their puzzle.
Yeah.
Like, to sell more puzzles. And I didn't buy this puzzle, by the way. It was a free puzzle from the library.
It does. It's called Historical Fiction. It does have a title.
Oh, I thought that was like the overall collection.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
No, it's this.
Yeah, okay, so this is a bunch of historical fiction titles. That's why that's why I haven't read any of them. I don't like historical fiction.
So, like, yeah, I do think, especially because this is, like, it feels like it's obviously scans of the book covers stuck together, or maybe even just the images of the books from websites. They're small enough that that would be totally doable. Mm-hmm. It feels like it's really, really not. Because, like, if you had all these books and you set them up and there was something artistic about a photograph you took, like, that could be fair use.
Like, if someone took a photograph of all of these books from their shelf,
mm-hmm.
I would totally, like, I would have no issues about it.
Yeah. But what's really frustrating about copyright is the laws are not super hard and super fast. And you have to take them to court in order to prove that this was copyright infringement.
Yeah.
And that's very expensive. And like, how much is this really harming the owners of the artwork for these covers?
Yeah.
Right? Like, so
and
it's,
even the authors, I bet.
yeah. So like something like this will probably never get taken to court. So even though like at a plain reading of the law, you're like, well, this is obviously copyright infringement. It's not technically until it goes to court. And that's one of the problems with copyright is in order to enforce it, you have to spend money. And so if someone steals from you and you don't have money, that's
Yeah.
it's
And
too bad.
nobody suffers more than the artists.
The littlest artists, yeah.
The small artists. And in some cases, the consumer.
Well, yeah, for sure.
And then,
Well, especially say you have a favorite artist, right? And they're a small artist, they're making a lot of stuff, you really like them. And then other people start selling their work. And it's quote unquote transformative because they print it on t shirts or they print it on metal instead of a paper poster or whatever. Now, is that copyright infringement? Sure. Can a small artist do anything about that? Maybe if you've registered your copyright and you can find a lawyer willing to work on contingency, which is totally possible, but that's still going to be years in court and money up front that you're going to have to put as a down payment in hopes that you win. And so, like, probably not. Realistically, if you're starting out, you're a small artist, realistically, your favorite artist who's just starting out can't defend themselves against copyright. So this is something that happens if you get too famous too fast on the internet. People just steal your art as an artist for visual art. People just steal your artwork and start putting it everywhere else. And because you hit fame before you hit financial success, there's basically nothing you can do, or nothing. There's basically nothing you can do. It's really hard. So it does hurt the consumer because your favorite artist is going to have to start working at Kroger or whatever, and then they won't have the time or the energy to create new art for you to enjoy.
yeah. Yeah, well, thanks for stopping in to my puzzle and
Thanks for letting me rant.
talking to me about that, because, so a lot of people don't think about the art that goes into puzzles, and like there are a lot of puzzle artists out there that are working. If I didn't get this for free, I wouldn't have bought it, but it makes me feel sad
Yeah.
that this is the puzzle that was available to me. But now I can remember to spend my money on. There's a lot of good puzzle companies, but yeah, almost done. I would say I have 100 pieces left. Okay, I did a floor check and I found one. But I'm still missing this one. But then I saw that I'm also missing this one. So don't check your floors, people. You're gonna just find that you are missing more pieces than you thought. So that was a good puzzle. As far as the mental health part of doing the puzzle, I do feel better. I think there's been a lot of moving parts, is how someone put it, in my life. And like my brain's just always going, and I don't feel particularly stressed. I have a little bit of fear and anxiety about the future, but it's nothing I can't handle and nothing that's making me feel like particularly unable to function. But I think what I realized as I was doing this puzzle and trying to put the pieces back together is just that I'm sad, and everything that has happened, I'm not angry, and I'm not like, oh my God, what's going to happen now? It's just, I'm just sad that it happened. It's a sad thing that happened. And I'm allowed to be sad about it. I know like a lot of other people are going through a lot more stressful things, even people in my own life. They're having to deal with more stressful things than the thing that I'm dealing with, which is giving me it's making me feel bad for them, but better for myself. But it doesn't change the fact that I'm feeling really sad about it. And I think that realization is actually making me feel better, because it's okay to feel sad about the things that happen. And I think, yeah, that's it. I'm going to show the puzzle one last time. And it's okay to do puzzles that have missing pieces, because basically you're still doing the whole puzzle. If you had the piece, you would just put it right there. So you're still working through it. If you're not missing that many pieces, then it doesn't make the puzzle doing much worse, unless you're like searching for that piece for like hours. So have you read any of these books? Let me know. Should I try a historical fiction? And if I do, if I should, which historical fiction should I read? Let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later.